Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime Live with Miriam Freer. I work with Enyo UK and I am going to have the pleasure of your company today, either live or on catch up, and we are going to be chatting today in the bathroom. So that's the clue, because this is a bit of a chemical hotspot, and so we're going to talk about particularly what Enyo enables us to do in this area. And I've got a nice manky sink that we're also going to clean. I'm going to use the new multi-tool in here, so lots to have a look at. And also because Enyo sent out an email last week particularly looking at the chemicals in this area. So do you already use Enyo in the bathroom? It's a place where often people start because the results are so good. Emily's job, she's my oldest, her job is to clean the bathroom. All right, and she cleaned the bathroom on Friday, and we've been using the shower, 4 of us, all weekend, and you can see that it is still streak free. Right, because one of the things we love about Enyo is because it's a deep pore clean, it pulls out the dirt, and so it stays cleaner for longer. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. But if you don't use Enyo in the bathroom, I guess why is that? Often because we're a little bit fearful about the germs. Will it really be doing the job? Let's think about how many products that you might have in here. So you might have, this is obviously representational, I don't have any. So you might have one that you use, I don't know, in the shower for shower demisting. You might have one that you have as a general cleaner. You might have another one that you use down the loo, and you might have one more. All right, so on average in the UK, we usually have 4 products in this area that we use. Not only does that make, if you add them all up, about 1/3 more expensive than you're using Enyo in this area, but if you remember last week, we were chatting all about VOCs, volatile organic compounds. So that's the chemical soup that we are creating in this area. And I was reading some stuff just this morning about the reaction between those chemicals. I know even a member of my own team suffered from this. This is why she started to use Enyo, because she almost poisoned herself in the bathroom by squirting something down the loo, bleach based, something else in the shower, and made an ammonia concoction. Right? And I don't know about you, I've certainly in my past created one of those, because I used to whack every single chemical possible to try and get the job done, because I hated cleaning in here. And I also, last week, I did a little live on an Orkney channel, and I was talking about the allergic reaction I had just from dust. I was moving some boxes that had been there for ages. But I used to also have the same in the bathroom. I just didn't really put 2 and 2 together. So if you have itchy eyes, if you sneeze, if you get a painful throat, or you sometimes can feel the pain on your lungs, all of those is our body's response to the chemicals that we're using in here. And wouldn't it be great if we could do it quicker, right? Because that's what we all love, and also safer. And this, I think, is one of those places that we can really limit the amount of chemicals. And as I go around, we're going to talk about some of the issues that can come that we might not even have put 2 and 2 together in this area. And also, I'm going to touch on disinfecting, because I know, particularly in our present crisis that there is, that people are concerned about disinfecting. So I'm going to talk about disinfecting versus cleaning, because the 2 are completely different. But let's talk about why we love our bathroom stuff in Enyo. Well, basically because we can, all right, these are the essentials that we would use. This pack is £79, gives us the essentials in this area. It means I'm spending £2 a month to clean this for the next 3 years. And as we know, our fibres, over time, they just become looking a bit more like this, all right, and that just means that they're at their optimum pickup. Can I use the same glove everywhere? Absolutely I can. And just to recap about what we're doing, Emily will be delighted because this will mean that the kitchen is, the bathroom is so much cleaner for her on Friday to clean. All right, because we know there's no transference, it's that small circular motion that we use. And if you are feeling that you are too heavy-handed, right, it can happen because that's our learned behaviour, is to put elbow grease in. Swap your hand, work with the other one, and you will find by the very nature of using your non-dominant hand, you can't push as hard. All right, so that's a great tip all the way around the house, kitchen, bathroom. Often in the kitchen, people say, oh my goodness, I can't stop scrubbing. All right, well, that's one way that you can. The Enyafill, you'll see I just went over once, that disperses the water droplets, so it always dries streak-free. And we'll come back so that you can see that a little bit later. But what we can do is then go on to the other areas. So in here, we live with a prevailing wind coming in, and so it gets really dusty in our bathroom. And so often what I need to do is clean and then tackle the lint. Now, I could try and tackle it before, but the problem is that often it's stuck into soap and it's stuck into shavings and all of those sorts of things. So if I do that, then the problem is, if I dust, then my dust is going to get wet. So the best way to do it is to give it a clean first, and then when it's dry, come back with your duster and you can pick up all those bits of lint. So you can probably still see them on my sink, all right? And when it's dry at the end of this, I will pop back. So what you don't want to do is get into the habit of flicking them off, because actually then they're all over the floor. You're going to have to deal with them again anyway. So my glove and my Enyafill, as we know, we can go all the way around the bathroom with that. We do have another 2 fibres that are in that pack. First one we have is the duo cloth. This one hangs by my sink and I use it during the week just for a quick wipe around, predominantly with this side. Some people use it also on the loo because they want something separate for that. And then we also have our bathroom wand. Now that's a bit of a stronger fibre, brilliant for getting down the loo, but I use it lots of other places too. So let's talk about that, because it's often the one where I discover that people aren't utilising it at all because you're still reticent about taking the chemicals out from the loo. But actually, if I'm happy to clean my surface in the kitchen and then eat off it, right, those places that I need it to be able to take off dirt. And one of those is right down here. All right, so if you have a look, all the way around this rim is where it gets really dirty for us. My fibre is just damp and it's going to pick up all of that dirt for me. It's also really brilliant, if I take it off, for doing things like down the side of the shower. So this is another place where I can take this off. Oh, it's not, you see, plays ball all week, and then when I get to want to take it off, it's deciding not to. Ah, right, it is not. If you can take off the fibre here, this is great for getting all of that hard bit of lime scale removed for you, all right? All right, this is great for getting all the way around here, because that's really tricky, actually, usually, to get to. And you can just even see the dust that's built up over the weekend, and then I can just take off the water-soluble dirt with my Enyafill. If you find that you have an area that's too tricky to get to, maybe it's just not playing ball, you want something a little bit thinner, that's where our bathroom wand can come in. This is completely flexible, works really effectively, and again, you make it damp, and this will get all the way into those areas that maybe you can't get your bathroom wand into. And some people find that their toilet just doesn't fit our bathroom wand, but this one will always do it. And this one is fantastic for me with a quadrant shower for enabling me to get all the way in between the runners, all right, because that is a horrible, thankless task, all right, for cleaning, and we often can't get to it, but you can see hopefully there just the dirt that it picks up on the end. I haven't ended, Mum, it's just I lost connection, so you may find that if you come back that you will find me. Okay, so we are live again, apologies, that's just Orkney internet at its best today. So in here, the main things that we tackle are limescale, calcium, body fat. That's that pink stuff that we get in the shower. And so if we have a heavy build-up of that mineral, then the helper that we use in here is our calcium dissolver. And that breaks down those mineral deposits. And the other thing that people sometimes say is, so this is a brand new Enyafill, this one's a little bit older, this is my working Enyafill. They say, just feels a bit hard, feels like it can't absorb the moisture in the same way. That's just because it's picked up and picked up and picked up all of that calcium. So if you're finding your Enyafill is a little bit crunchy, maybe even your kitchen Enyafill is as well, then you can give it a soak. And the best way to pep it back up is to get a tablespoon of calcium dissolver in cold water, sink your fibres in it, and it will mean that it will just break down those calcium deposits for you. So if you're finding over time your bathroom Enyafill feels a bit brittle, would be the best way of describing it, then a soak, 1 tablespoon of calcium dissolver, it's citric acid. All of Enyo's helpers are plant-based, then that would give you a help as well. If you have calcium deposits that come around your taps, it's often around here, isn't it? You can, because it's plant-based and there's no danger in it, right, you can just pop it on your fingers and you might find that that just gets right into those areas. We get calcium deposits just on the top here in this ring, and I guess that's where the water just sits on it and builds up. If you have those waterfall taps, you find just the inside of those really builds up. Again, with your finger, you just want to test it to check that the chrome is not just a plastic covered chrome, and that will really help out. I use it down here as well. Just on the top of these runners is where it really builds up for me, and I find that that is a super helpful way of looking after my fibres. But let's talk about other tools in here that we can utilise to make the job easier for us. So remember, we are looking at predominantly white fibres in the bathroom. Remember, all of Enyo's fibres are specific to the type of dirt that we're cleaning. So in here we've spoken about the limescale, the calcium, the body fat, and so this one is really effective at helping me clean my shower. And if I pop inside, I take my Enyafill with me, lovely, slippers on, but look, I haven't taken you with me. There you go. All right, slippers on, but I think that you can hear me still. Even if you have a quadrant shower, being able to clean across the way, right, it's just that little bit quicker, really, for me to be able to clean, and then I can just pour the water to the end. So even if you have a curved shower, then you will find that our combi will go round the things as well, is if we have a chemical that we've used in here, as soon as I turn on the shower, the chemical starts to wash all that chemical onto the shower tray. So if I'm here in my bare feet in the shower washing away, I'm actually getting rinsed by the chemical that maybe I've cleaned the glass with. And lots of people speak when they use Enyo, before they've used Enyo, of cracked heels, and that's often exacerbated by the chemical that we are using to clean the shower, that's rinsing off when we're in it and causing that problem. So lots of people say that their feet heal up when they start to use Enyo in this area, and that's probably the reason. So you can just have a look at that and bear it in mind. As I said to you earlier, all right, that's the only one that I've just done with you now. You can see the finish on it. It's so quick and easy to do your shower with this. I completely love the bathroom fibre in here, but even the one that we haven't cleaned, that Emily did on Friday, you can see is still clean. So that's fantastic, isn't it? Because what we want is a longevity of clean. We want it to last for ages, rather than us having to clean all the time. But what about our new multi-tool? Right, I've spoken about this in the last couple of weeks that we've been looking at how we can use this around the house. I know, Fiona, it's a wonderful shiny shower. Emily did a fantastic job. In fact, I've had to just show it rather than prove. We had a little bit of dirt on the sink, but not much, and you can see that that's all away, and also that the mirror has dried streak free. I did speak to you earlier about that little bit of lint that you can get in the bathroom, and now that it's dry, all right, all I need to do is charge up my glove. It's what you do when all your other hands are occupied, all right, and whiz across, and that will pick up all the bits of lint around my sink as well. Okay, take off all those bits, but I've already got rid of the bacteria. So this is nice and easy and quick to use in here now. So use it after you've done your bathroom, let it dry, then whiz around with this. It'll pick up all the rogue hairs and everything else. But if, like me, you have lots of this backboard that's outside your shower. Now remember, inside the shower, where we're getting that heavy calcium usage, I'm either going to want to use my Windows combi fibre, or I'm going to want to use my white glove inside here, because it's where all of the water is contained. But this new flexi tool is ideal for areas like this outside. All right, so all I then need to do is give it a little spray. In fact, I can't reach right up to the roof, and that is where I will use our power grip. So the power grip comes on either of our flexi tools, or you can buy it on its own. And remember that this is the head of our combi wiper. All right, so all I need to do is take off the end of it and put in the power grip, and you just line up, there we go, voila, both of the holes, and pop back in your E-clip, and it just gives you that little bit of extension. And then up here, right, it just means, in fact I can just spray this to make it damp, I can clean all the way up and around where it's just general cleaning. Right, I can't use this inside my shower. This fibre cannot deal with the level of calcium that there is there. But ideal, oh God, we are manky. All right, ideal for doing all the way round these areas, which I can guarantee usually get ignored, right, because everything is, and I'll have to get a glove usually, but this is going to be ideal. So again, the water is going to pick up the dirt for me. I can also use this on the floor in here, and then I will be using my strong fibre followed by my dry fibre and put it onto my floor system. But I think if you have a very small area of flooring, then you'll find that this tool is really great addition. So how do you get hold of it? Well, at the moment, if you post it down, the cost of it is £81. We should have a month for you to buy, but at the moment, if you post it down, you can get it for £51, which is great, because I can see no places where this is going to be a useful addition for people as well. Right, so if you're keen to get hold of one of and by using any bathrooms that have here, then we can get rid of all of those for the next 2 years. It's not just about taking the bottles out, it's about what it's bringing in, the benefit to our health, lack of itchy eyes and feet, and our skin, and all of those issues we can have here, particularly our breathing, because of the impact that those chemicals have. We spoke about air quality last week, and exactly that 5-7 times worse inside the house than out. So what we want to do is have purity of air quality in here, because this is where we're going to create heat and warmth and moisture. It's often the place we're coming with our feet there. So what are we walking on? What are we washing in? So if I've got lots of residue all over my sink, and then I fill it up with water, all of that residue all over the place. And what we're looking at is other ways that we can do the same job quicker, easier, safer, cheaper, more environmentally. And so today is just about reminding ourselves, really, one, how we use the products, but also the real benefit that Enyo can bring for us here. If you're keen to try it, please get in touch, and we can just look about how Enyo can work for you in this area. Remember, you've always got the option of just buying it, or saving money and having a demo, or more frequently, actually, people are joining the business because they know other members of family and friends that they would really like to share Enyo with. All of those viable, whatever works for you. So I hope you have a really super week. If you have a combi wiper, maybe with a blue farm, then I really encourage you to consider it's just £21, but it needs the cleaning of inside your shower or your bath or shower tray. It's just effortless. It's a really easy way to get the job done. This is one of my favourite products of bathroom. Probably placing my love and any of those. I need that for doing mixing and around it. It's a great tool for making the job easier. And now, a new member for the family in here, our multi-tool, where if, like me, you have wet walling outside of your shower, you will find that this is a great addition too, and fantastic for doing your ceiling as well. If you also have backboard on your ceiling as well, which I know lots of people do. So that's it from me. Next week we are going to be talking about the kitchen, because Enyo are going to send you an email out this week about the kitchen, and then we will follow that one up too. Have a great week. Thank you very much for joining me live or on catch up. Please feel free to comment, ask any questions, and I can help you out with that. And have a great afternoon.